Konami, you have completely killed burn decks. Parasite Affection burn decks, to be more specific. Yeah, I'm glad they did this. Parasite Affection Weevil Burn, oh my god, has to be one of the most toxic decks in Duel Links. At least for me anyways. But majority of Duel Links players, when they go up against Parasite Affection, it's a toxic matchup. Especially when you're not expecting it. It's just a really sour deck to go up against. And for my taste, I actually like playing the deck. It's just going up against it is the problem. And at the same time, I'm happy this thing is getting nerfed. I'm also sad because I can't really tilt my opponents anymore. At least the way I would want to. But with that said, Weevil Burn might be dead. But I have invented another burn, which I will get into later on in the video. I just want to review this skill to see why it was hit. And let's see what's the new effect. So, this skill has been used excessively in many different types of decks, affecting players' enjoyment of the game, so we have decided to restrict its use to insect decks only. So, that is 100% true. This skill, along with Burn itself, is just really not enjoyable to play against. For some players, it's a lot enjoying to play the deck itself, it's just going up against it. Especially where you're not prepared to, going up against a huge wall of back row, along with monsters that can't be killed in one attack, along with lava golems and stuff like that. It's just it's not enjoyable at all. It's not enjoyable whatsoever. So I'm glad they hit this. The new effect is after hands are dealt, one or two parasite cards are added to your opponent's deck. Face up. This skill will only activate if you begin to duel with a deck that has 4 or more insect-type monsters with different names. Okay. Some say this completely kills it. I feel like it doesn't. Especially, we have some good insects that you could splash into a burn deck. But it won't be as good as it was before. But I wouldn't say the deck is completely dead, but it's pretty much dead. Yeah, it's pretty much dead. I have seen some, decks Weevil Burn decks that already prepared for this, and I can already see this not affecting Burn too much. But at the same time, it's like, it's a nerf, but at the same time, it's like, it's just slowing down Burn. It's not killing it directly. With Swords Woman being nerfed, I believe that does kill the deck too, along with the skill being nerfed. It doesn't kill it, but it's just kind of dead. So with that said, with Weevil out of the way, I have built another deck. It's probably not as good, but it's really fun. And I have to say, it is a risky deck to use, but that's the fun part about it. So let's get in. Yeah, in here. So basically, I had to restart the replay because I forgot where I left off. Originally, I wanted this part to be after the intro, but apparently my files got mixed up. So this got mixed up, and I had to put it at the end. So I'm sorry about that. I'm not gonna do this for every video. It's just something happened to my files, so I had to redo this. So I had no other choice but to put this at the end. So this is my deck list: one card Wonder, Burn, Kalin Burn, and this deck is insane. It can do a lot better than what it's done in my replays. It's just I haven't found the right replays to demonstrate how better this deck can be. I haven't uploaded in a while, and I'm just desperate to push something new out. So, this deck idea was not mine. Um, Actually, this deck idea was mine. I thought of this before anyone else got a video out of this idea. It's just I'm not the first person to release a video of something like this. It's just I'm one of the first person to think of a deck like this. When I saw this skill, I knew I could do something with it other than Infinities. And this is what came to mind. So Weevil Burn might be dead, but Kalin Burn is here. Who needs Weevil? Kalin Burn, to me, is a lot more fun. It does have a risk, but that's one of the reasons why it's so fun. So one card Wonder basically says, you draw 2 cards every turn. For the cost, your starting hand only has 1 card. Now, looking at it in 2 ways, if you go first, it's kind of bad. But at the same time, it's not that bad considering what cards you have. As long as you don't get Lava Golem in your starting hand, you should be alright. By turn 3, 4, 5, or beyond that, you should get some crowded hands. And when I say crowded, your hands will be so crowded you will have no other choice but to discard your hand. Because this deck is insane. You draw 2 cards every turn. You're basically drawing 2 stall cards every turn. So you're getting resources, like you're getting endless resources, almost endless. If this deck was bigger, it would probably be more endless, if you know what I mean. This deck was 30 cards. I dropped it down to 24. So if the deck looks different, that's why. I also did some last minute changes to the deck, so that's why it looks the way it is. What else is there? This deck does run out of cards a lot because, you know, it draws 2 cards every turn. So it's definitely going to burn through on its own like that, unless you have something like that jar card that shovels back 5 cards. Even that probably won't help. It probably would, depending on how many cards your opponent has. But anyways, this deck was a lot fun to play with, and it's quite sad that Weevil is gone, but I'm really glad that he's gone. Weevil was just annoying. I get tired of seeing his face. He was just a really annoying character. He was an annoying character, and the deck that people played with him was really annoying, and the deck that people played with him was very fitting because Weevil was annoying. What better deck to play with Weevil than an annoying deck with an annoying skill? So I'm glad Weevil is kind of dead. I don't think Weevil is not going to be shown anymore. I definitely think Weevil is still going to see some play, but not as much. So, yeah, I guess that's it.